So morning weigh-in on day number 9 on the average guy diet, and we are on 199.8. Okay, haven't gained anything, haven't lost anything. That's the first time so far. That's still not bad. I'm not unhappy with that. Good morning. This is day 9 of the Average Guy Diet. I'm Neil, representing the Average Bloke. I've already done my weigh-in. I haven't gained any weight today. I haven't lost any either. But they do say that there are days when you may not lose some weight, and sometimes you might even gain a little bit of weight. I'm okay with that. That's cool. I had a really good sleep. Slept incredibly well. My sleep is getting better and better, which is a lovely thing to know because I love my sleep, and the energy levels are pretty good. I'm going to go off and do my meal prep, and I'll see you in a little bit. This is my meal prep for the first 2 meals. I have my special treat. Look at this. It's a piece of chia sourdough bread, and I have some natural crunchy peanut butter, and it's no sugar version, so it's just peanut butter. That's my breakfast. I'm really looking forward to that as a special treat. And then I have my lunch, which is 100 grams of brown rice. I've got some cut up red pepper and a tin of tuna in spring water. Again, quite nutritious. Looking forward to all of it today. So this is my day 9 evening meal. I've got 2 thin slices of ham, quite large slices, but 110 calories in those 2 slices. I've got an egg sliced up, some beetroot, some spinach leaves at the bottom. They're much better for you than lettuces, but I'll go into that perhaps tomorrow. We've got some red peppers, some spring onions, and some cucumber. Now, in size-wise, I've been trying to keep away portion control and calorie side of things, because I just want you to see, as an average guy, an average bloke, that the meals generally are quite doable. Some of them are smaller than others, but they're generally quite doable. Tomorrow I'll go a bit more into the size portions, or if you want more of the calorie side of things, but we're going to cover that with a separate video after it's all finished. In the meantime, I'm going to tuck in and I'll give you a full summary of the day later. So guys, day 9, how did it go? It was pretty good. One thing I do want to say straight away is I don't normally wear this shirt. I got up really early this morning, put the shirt on, went into work, and a couple of guys were like, "You do really wear that shirt out?" I'm like, "I didn't mean to." Okay, it's a great work shirt, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic for work. It's not really a shirt that I would normally wear out, just so we got that. Okay, in terms of my energy levels, they've been pretty good today. I went through one period of time between 4:30 and 5:15 where I was hungry and my energy levels were a bit low. I was driving, so I only had water to have rather than coffee, which really normally helps. In terms of the food, confession to make, guys, they brought out a buffet at work where I was today, and in it, my favourite French stick with freshly carved ham and cheese and pickle. So I had a bit about that long, so there's a bit of French stick, but that long, just to get the taste of it. Okay, and then what I did to compensate for it, I had half of my set lunch that I prepared this morning. And I think it's really important to mention that, yes, every now and then, treat and balance. It is a 14-day diet. It is quite a massive amount of weight loss we're looking for here. And it's about keeping it real. We're real people, just an average guy, and I kind of balanced it out by only having half of my lunch. No biggie. Let's put it in perspective. I'm not one of these people that can be that strict. I've only got to have X amount of calories and stuff like that. We're average guys. I'm just trying to keep it as real, but as doable as possible. Okay, so and then this evening I did my exercise. Now, my exercise this evening was, I went to a self-defense class, and they did 10 minutes of this HIIT cardio, high intensity training, and they're used to doing this, and I've only recently restarted. So this was like 10 minutes of solid, no rest, punching and elbows and kicking and knees against people holding pads and stuff like that, and then running back and forwards. I have to be honest, at the end of it, I was ruined. You know, I'm not that fit at the moment. The other guys, a lot of the other guys seem to do really, really well, but I haven't been doing it that long. So, but it was a great cardio part, that bit anyway, so that I know that I've done my HIIT workout for today. In terms also, sleep is a really important thing as part of this diet, and I've noticed this more and more as the time has gone on. And for the last 3 nights, I've been going to bed late and getting up relatively early, too early, and I have noticed the effect. I have been tired, but when I've first woken up, once I've got going, I'm okay. And then getting tired towards the night. I'm going to get an early night tonight, and I'm pretty sure my energy levels will go back up. You know, the amount of calories I'm having now compared with normally, or the amount of food, should we say, rather than calories, is significantly less, so it is making me more tired. So tonight I'm going to get myself a nice early night, and then we're going to crack on for tomorrow for day 10. Hopefully might have lost a little bit of weight. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow. Okay, see you then. Good morning. This is day 10 of the Average Guy diet, and I'm Neil, representing the average bloke. I've done my way in, and I'm pleased to say that I've lost a pound. So whilst I lost nothing yesterday, I've lost a pound today, and overall that's still 12 pounds, which is what my original target was, in 10 days. That's pretty phenomenal, to be fair. I'm going to keep on going and be a little bit strict just to see what we can do in terms of losing weight fast. That's the idea of this particular diet, is to keep it as doable, but as lose much weight as possible. Now, obviously, it's going to depend on, everybody is different. This obviously seems to be working quite well with me, but I just wanted to be able to get an overall view of what can be achieved in 14 days, and then we'll it'll be a bit more relaxed, and it'll be more of a sustainable sort of weight program rather than sort of a diet. I hate that term, but this is the beginning of day 10, and I will see you a bit later on. So day 10, morning weigh-in. $198.8. That's pretty good. I've lost another pound. Nice. So my first two meal prep. Breakfast, again, is a good full fat yogurt with live cultures in it. I'm going to throw in some strawberries and blueberries. Blueberries are really good for you. Certainly they're sort of the 4th best. Strawberries, raspberries and blackberries best. These are pretty good though, and they taste nice as well. I'm going to put those into here for my breakfast at 10. And this is going to be my lunch. I am using a packet soup today because I actually fancy it today. Again, this is like the ramen noodle. This one particular one's an Asian chicken one. So add in the water, literally some chunks of cooked chicken breast. That's 75 grams there if you're keeping an eye on those. Some spring onion and some red peppers, just to add a nice bit of flavour and a little bit more nutrients to it, as it is only a packet soup. Okay, I'm going to crack on. Okay guys, when it comes down to portion control, what we need to do is be able to either assess the size visually or by weight, and it's a lot more accurately to do it by weight. I use a set of kitchen scales like these. They're digital ones, they weigh everything down to a gram. You can get ones to less than that. This is fine. They're about £8. You can pay more if you want a fancy one. £8, $8 delivered. Okay, and literally it's so simple. You put whatever you're going to put it in, a bowl or a plate on top. You press the on button. It then says anything, that's at 0, so anything I put on there, it's going to weigh in grams for me. It could not be simpler. Okay, so we put on these 87, 87, see it's moving right, 80 is easy for me to work it out. Okay, so in terms of that, we know that that's 80 grams of sweet potato fries. Now I bought these sweet potato fries already prepared. Okay, I'm an average bloke. That's what I'm going to do wherever possible. I might do a bit more prep, but at the moment this is easy for me. On the back we have this they'll all have a little table. If you see, I bring that close to the camera, it shows the nutritional information, and what we're looking for is the calories, okay? The KCAL, those stand for the kilocalories, the calories, and that's 188 per 100 of these bad boys. So that equates down to, with my maths roughly, that's 80 grams, about 150 calories. I'll show you how we do that a bit later. So that's 150 calories, so we know, it's just a nice little treat. There's not a huge amount there, but it's a nice little treat. Okay, and I'll explain a bit more about portion control further on. So tonight's evening meal, we've got a piece of lamb steak. It's just over 100 grams. We've got some beans, we've got some broccoli, and we've got a special treat, some sweet potato fries. They're actually oven cooked, not fried, they're just called fries. I bought them, as I said before, already made up. Just a few there, just a nice little, just to mix it up a bit rather than necessarily rice or something. These are much better for you than fried potato chips, okay? So this is my meal. I'm going to have on there, because it's lamb, I like a bit of mint sauce. So I'm just going to have a teaspoon of mint sauce. Have on some Celtic salt, some black pepper across my veg, and that's me ready to rock and roll. Okay, summarising for day 10. I've had very good consistent levels of energy throughout the day and the evening, alert the whole time, none of the pangs of hunger that I've had before. In terms of this particular type of diet, they say that there's a sort of happy hormone that's released, or better energy levels that are released because of the way that the diet works. It can start as early as day 3, and it can take as long as day 14. Fortunately, that didn't happen to me. But today, definitely, I've had very good, strong levels of energy and alertness. Very happy with that. And mine obviously started around day 4 and has improved since then. In terms of my food, I want to go into portion size and stuff in a minute. The lamb steak that I had was lovely, and obviously I had the sweet potato fries. It's not something I would normally have, and the reason I put it in there was I just want to show there is some flexibility with the evening meals and the other meals and stuff like that, rather than just keep to one thing, because that's, one's a bit boring, and two, what I like might not be what you like. So going on to portion control, for the evening meal, you don't have to weigh everything. I mean, I've put it in there so you can see the size of meals I'm getting, so you kind of like can replicate it roughly yourself, okay? If you want to be more specific, because some people are, this is where you can bring out the kitchen scales and use those. They're really simple to use. I used them this morning to weigh out my chicken. Fab, really easy. I'm going to use them more and more now. They're quite simple, but you don't have to do that. And if you want to, for the evening meal, the premise is a piece of meat or protein that's going to be about the same as a palm of your hand. Okay, that's the size protein you should have. In terms of the veg, it should be about a fist and a half size-wise should be your veg. We're not having a lot of carbohydrate in the first 14 days. Little bits and pieces. Obviously today was a special treat with a sweet potato, but generally not. So that gives you an idea of portion control for the main meal. The other meals are smaller anyway. I load them up that way, and it works for me. In terms of tomorrow, we're going to have a good day tomorrow. I'm going to be I want to make sure I lose as much weight as possible for myself, and just to show what's possible. So I'm probably going to stick to a soup for tomorrow, and porridge or yogurt on the side of the morning. Hey, the things to look forward to, eh? But it's been a great day for day 10. I'm looking forward to day 11.